and we have little business cards that we write down the chip number and we write down the registration company and their phone number. And we tell them about the importance of calling, making sure everything's accurate. Some people will say, I don't know if it's chipped, and there, lo and behold, it has a chip. So some people have pets with chips. They didn't even know they were there, or I don't know when the last time it was that I updated it. So it's we try to do as many of them as we can when we're at an event like this. And we do several, I don't know how many events we do throughout the year, but we try to do a couple each quarter anyways.
Well, do you still have a community assistance program to help families with reclaim fees at shelters or rescues to help pay to get their pets back?
Yeah, we do. That's one of our programs that falls kind of under the umbrella. We call it the Pet Assistance Program, and also included in that is what we call our Marmalade Fund, which is the medical end of it. But for the reclaim fees, we've had people such as I had 2 this year that were senior citizens that could not afford $200 to get their pets out of the shelter. And they were literally told that if they didn't come up with the money in 5 days, their pet would be put up for adoption. So, I've told our shelters that please don't ever let that happen. We're here to help pay the fees for them, and we've done quite a few of them this year. People will choose not to pick their pet up because $200 to some families to pick up their pet could mean the difference between groceries or not for that week. So, our shelters are overflowing, and the last thing I can imagine is that, a family can't get their pet out because they can't afford that. And I don't ever want to see that happen. So that is one of our programs that we offer. And also part of that is our Marmalade Fund, which a lot of places refer to as an angel fund, and it is a fund that we provide medical funding for mostly injured strays that are hit by cars. We had one that was found almost drowned in a canal, a found pet that's hurt. We don't want it to just go to an ER where, you can't be sure what care it will get because it's a stray without an owner. So we step in and help them. And this year already we have funded over $17,000 in medical care for stray pets, and some that we have found the owners. And sadly, I think 3 of them that we funded didn't make it. Their injuries were too severe. So
wow. Do you have who funds this? Are these donations from the public? Where does the money come from for the Marmalade Fund?
Yeah, the funding is all from our donors. We have not had a grant yet because, to be honest, I don't know how to do one. So if anybody wants to help me with that, I would love it. But yeah, we have excellent members in our group and really good supporters that really support what we do. So we've been able to fund all of those medical cases just through generous donations.
Well, that's really good. That's great. So if somebody would want to donate, what is the best way to do that?
They can go on our webpage, right on the very cover front page, up at the upper right-hand corner, or if you're on a phone, it would be right in the middle, is a donate button, and you can make a donation. It's tax deductible because we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and you can just make a donation on there. There is also a page on there that will have an address that you could mail a donation if you didn't want to do it online. Oh, and I should say what our webpage is. That might help. And our webpage is lostfoundpets941.com.
Well, I know you have some other great services and you help people, because when I lost Charlie, you provided me with free flyers. All I had to do was go pick them up at the printers. And I just think that's wonderful. When someone's upset because they lost their pet, the last thing they want to do is try to sit there and make flyers. But with these flyers that you made, they're just really good information.
Yeah. And we just started doing a new flyer because the flyers that we were providing initially are great for social media because they give all the detailed information, and we also send them to our shelters, and they're able to be sent to vets and put on next door. But then I realized that as I'm driving around, I start seeing them around the area, and the words are too small to see good from a car. So I started another flyer that we call an intersection flyer. That so what I do is hopefully people will give me their email address when excuse me, they fill out the report, and I email them 2 flyers, one to use on social media and one to use outside that will really stand out. It only has the picture, the pet's name, and the phone number, and that it will either say missing or found on it, and it's in bright yellow and red, so it really stands out as a car is driving by. And right while I was waiting to do the interview today, I got a message from a man whose dog, senior dog, was lost. I think, oh gosh, it's been a few days now. I was getting really concerned about it whenever there's a senior. And he just went out today and hung up flyers. And within, I don't even think he's been out there an hour, somebody called him and they had his dog. So flyers really work. They're really, really important. And we do offer that as a service. And if somebody can't pay for them, we will provide them for them. All they have to do is go pick them up.
That is so awesome because from what I understand, pets are usually close to home. I know Charlie was found in a shed right 2 doors down. I'm not sure about dogs, but I think the cats pretty much stay close to home.
Yeah, cats do. They do stay close to home. We found one just the other day. It was missing 220 some days, and it was about a half a mile from home. And that's a funny phenomenon with cats, is they get outside of this radius, a certain radius it seems, and they can't find their way home. So if you haven't found your cat in, a while, you should expand your flyers out a little ways, just so you may be able to find them that way.
It's a good idea. Well, Patty, we are almost out of time. We're down to our last probably 4 minutes. So I want to open this up to you to take a minute, and if there's anything you want to tell pet parents out there, anything we didn't discuss today, then this is your time.
Well, I think one of the most important things to do when you've lost a pet is not to panic, and that's easier said than done, but make sure that you get all of the information out as fast as you can. We see these crazy posts, help, I've lost my help, I lost my dog. That doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the dog. You have to be thorough when you're doing this type of thing. It's really important on the Facebook groups. There's so many Facebook groups across the country, and I interview Lost Dogs of America, and they've got a Lost Dogs of almost every single state across the United States. And then trickles down into your county. You should always look for your largest county group organization that you can post with, the one that's most active and offers the most advice. And be sure you provide the nearest cross streets the pet was lost, the town, the zip, and the contact information, and preferably one good flyer. We don't need 20 pictures. I don't mean flyer, I mean pictures. We don't need a ton of pictures. One good picture. Always have a good picture of your animal with you at all times. Keep your microchip information handy too. Contact your microchip company immediately if you lost a pet. And if you found a pet, immediately take the pet in to be scanned for a microchip. Just because it's not wearing a collar doesn't mean it's not somebody's pet. Always think lost first, not dumped or abandoned. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, that's pet's abandoned, and then 2 days later we find the owner. Always assume that pet is a lost pet looking to find its way home, and it's your job as the finder of a lost pet to help make that happen.
That's great advice, Patty. What is the best way for someone to contact you?
They can look us up if they're not local here in Sarasota Manatee County. They can look us up online at lostfoundpets941.com. We've got some great action plans and information that even though it might not be your area, you can use that information to do what the action plan says if you've lost or found an animal. You can also see our Facebook group, which is Lost and Found Pets 941, and then in parentheses it says Lost Pet Services. I do have a Facebook page, Lost Pet Services, but we really do everything on our group page, and that again is Lost and Found Pets 941.
Patty, I want to thank you so much for talking to me. And I want to tell the public, I don't think you realize how much Patty and her team, how hard they work on this. I know they work around the clock and I can see it. And I want to thank you for all of that.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, we're glad to help.
If you have any questions or comments about the show, please contact me at chaseandtails@yahoo.com. Thank you for listening to Society Bites Radio. And remember that I am here to share my passion for pet parents, professional pet sitters, and products and services that benefit both.